So we're going to do a deep dive into the topic of topics, and we'll be saying the word topic a lot. So topics are a feature that have been around for a long while, but they've just got some new updates in Winter 20, which is great. Still doesn't go far enough, so we'll try and do some workarounds as to how we can use topics a bit better. So the release note, the two main features of topics of Winter 20 are you can now create list views with topics based on topics, and you can view the topic detail page, view records on the topics. So topics, there's two types of topics. One is topics for objects and the other one is topics inside of Chatter. So topics for object is added via adding this component to the Lightning page, and you can either add a new topic or you can add an existing topic by just typing the topic. If you've got the permission to create a topic, you can create a new topic. So that topic doesn't exist, so I'm going to press enter to add. Okay, and the same thing is in Chatter. To create a topic on a Chatter post, we just type a hashtag, and then we can just choose the topic to add. So you can see here a topic with space in it is allowed, and it just puts a square bracket around it. So therefore you can see that topic. Okay, so the new feature in the Winter 20 release is to be able to create a list view based on topics. So let's have a look at the filters on this. So we've got my accounts, or we can do all accounts, and we've got the topic includes genetics. So it sounds like it is, when we use the word includes or excludes, something like a multi-select pick list. So it's like that, but topics have their own object called topic assignments. Now, it seems to be that topic assignments and topics don't take up any data storage. I can't be sure about that, but they are not in this list, and this list is generally the sort of gold standard of what takes up data storage. So that would be great if that is the case, so we can just use topics to our heart's content. So the other new feature, if we go back to our record and have a look at our topic, is that we can have a look at any records that are included in the topic. We can see any records of any type that have this topic on the topic page. Now the topic page is got a description on it, so you can edit the description to say this is something about this topic that we need to know, and these are the records. So I don't know why those ones, the case is not coming up with the right, that's already is, it's just showing the record ID. Okay, so you can't actually edit this page, you can't modify this page in any way, shape or form. You can't put the related list first, this is what you get. So you just put up with what you get. So this is where the reporting on topics becomes really quite limited. The other problem with this page is that it's got records that are in the topic is in the feed are displayed because the posts are displayed here. See Gene Point, that's the record is displayed there, and you've got records where the topic is a topic assigned to that record. But if you don't get both. There's nothing in the Chatter that's related to these records that doesn't include that topic, and there's nothing if a topic has been added to a record that doesn't have the topic on the record, it doesn't come up in the related list. So that's really quite limiting. So it can be very confusing. This is not the whole of the story about this topic in your organization. So one feature related to topics that is really good in Chatter is, let me just switch to Salesforce Classic and I'll show you, is that on any list view, you can choose to view the list of any Chatter post against only the records in that list view. So that's what this button here is, that feed button. So it doesn't matter what topics or anything like that is assigned to any of the Chatter posts. This is the full feed of every single record in that list view. And we just don't have a comparison to that in Lightning. So this is not good. I really like this feature. This is a really good feature for saying this is my team's counts and what have they been doing? What have they been chattering about in the last week? And so you can just quickly switch to the feed view. So let's try and replicate that and see whether we can do something that's sort of similar with that, with the current limited functionalities of topics and how they work. So I'm on my contacts page here and I don't have topics on this contact page, and I have the completely ugly standard view on my developer org. So what we're going to do is try and add topics to this page so you can see how to add topics. So we've got a component over here which is called topics, and we drag that topics to, usually I like it on the top right hand corner, and we can hit save there. Now it's the topic component there is looking fine, and so that means that we'll have to activate that. That means that the topics is enabled for this object. So let's just go back and make sure that we've got those topics there now. So unfortunately though, if you need to enable topics for objects and it's not yet enabled for that object, you have to go back to classic. Why did they create new features for topics and not start with the most basic part of topics, which is how you enable it? So you've got to go to setup and choose topics for objects in setup in classic. If you search for topics for objects in Lightning setup, you will not find them. So here we've got account, and we've got obviously got contact is enabled, but we've got, so most of them are enabled, but if we want to enable something that isn't enabled, so let's have a look at this. Test is disabled. We can just choose enable topics, and we've got these topic suggestions, so it will help you work out which topics should be on a record based on some particular fields. So that's pretty useful, but that is just so annoying that it's in classic. Okay, so there we've got the 2 steps to enable it, which is turn on topics for objects in the classic setup and add the component to the page in Lightning setup, Lightning page. So that's then enabled, and we'll just go through the permissions for topics. So this is the profile. Again, probably you should just create these permissions as permission sets now, because that's the way we're working with, heading towards permissions. So you've got the permission for assign topics, you've got create topics, delete topics, edit topics, and merge topics. So choose whichever people you want to have those permissions based on those settings. So I want to run through with you now how I've used topics in a couple of my clients' orgs. So what I would like you to choose is a particular business area that's really important to your business. So let's say in this organization, the topic of SLAs is really important, or service level agreements. So let's just choose everything with SLAs. And we'll go through to one of our records with SLAs, and you can see here I've added in 2 topics to this record, SLA and SLA Gold, and I've got a field called SLA, which sets the status of my SLA, and I've got a field called SLA Update. So let's go and add a SLA to a record that doesn't have one yet. So we'll just choose all accounts and choose a random account. So we'll choose University of Arizona. And so what I've done is, if you choose a SLA level, it will add 2 topics to the topics on the object. So let's have a look at that. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's good that that's happened, because again, you have to build this, that when you build this out, that you'll understand how this will work, is that the topic has to exist first. So what I'm going to do is just go and create the topic and add the topic, and then I'll remove the topic from the object. Okay, so let's try that again. So we add the topic, we add the SLA of silver, and that will, yeah, I added the wrong topic. The topic should be SLA silver. So let's have a look at that now. So silver, we add the topic, we choose the SLA level of silver, and it will then add the topic, but it doesn't refresh the page. So we've got to refresh the page to see what this flow did. And we'll get there. And it's added 2 topics, SLA and SLA silver. Now the reason for this is going to become clear why we added 2 topics, and the topics are very similar. So we've got SLA as the base, SLA silver as the level of the topic. Okay, so that's how did we do that? So because we had some flow areas, you can see that it's added by flow. So we started off with a process builder, and we've got, it has SLA. So if the SLA is changed and the SLA is not null, then we're going to assign a topic. But we don't have an ability to just use assign a topic via process builder. There is just no topic assignment record that we can create a record in topic assignment. So we have to create a flow. And so what we can do is create a flow that's a very generic flow, and we can use it for any topic. So what we do is we pass in the topic name, and that's why we got the error, because the topic name didn't exist. Of course, we could build more into our flow to do error handling and everything. But this is just a proof of concept. So we pass in the topic name by an input variable called input topic name. We search through topics to find where the name equals that passed in variable, and we get the ID back. We then create the records for a topic assignment, which we can do in Flow and can't do in Process Builder. We're adding the record ID and the topic ID that we found from that topic. So this new way of doing flows is great in Winter 20, so it really helps you make a really simple, easy flow. So then back in our Process Builder, we are assigning one topic, which is just the hard-coded value of SLA, and then we're assigning another topic, which is a formula, which is the word SLA, a space, and the SLA level. So that's where it gets SLA silver as another topic, right? So you can see that formula there. So that's the 2 topics that we are assigning to our topic records based on a value on our fields, right? So then we can come back to our account list view, and we can choose any record with SLA, and we can see that this is why we've got the two topics, because this is the one that any of the records that has any level of SLA. So we've got the one topic that says SLA, and this is all of the records that has all of those SLAs. So then we've got which less SLA level we have. But sometimes we actually might just want to see the chatter posts on the gold level SLAs. So what we can do is we can just click through to the gold level SLAs and see that. And this is the details about SLA gold records. Okay, and we can see all of the chatter posts that have happened with SLA gold. Okay, and then that's the related records with SLA gold. So if we wanted to then see our topics with University of Arizona with just SLA, we can click through to the SLA. Now, can you click through from there? You can. Okay, great. So this is our topics with SLA, and we've got our 2 records here. Okay, so we can see then this combined list and feed of everything related to any part of the SLA, and then we can go drill down and just see, well, what are our gold SLAs, and see the posts on those. So hopefully with that 2-level scenario, you might get some better reporting on your topics. Now, so the next thing I've done is I want to make it easy for the users to update what they know about their SLAs. So I've created a field called SLA Update, and I do this a lot because you can put a chatter post, but you might forget to put that topic on the chatter post, and therefore it won't be in that list view of the chatter post for the topics. So what if we have just a field here where they can update this is the latest update for silver for UA, and they can just do, and again, this keeps them down to 255 characters, so really short, sharp, simple update that they can just add to the record. And then what I've done is another process builder that then adds that to those 2 topics to that chatter post. So put that rec value in the chatter post and adds the 2 topics. So they don't have to fill in anything about the date or time of when that they've updated that record, because that puts it in there based on the chatter post. So let's look at our process builder for that one. We've got, if the SLA update is changed and the SLA update is null, not null, then we're going to add a chatter post, and we've got the account, what the field value is, and then the hashtag or topic of SLA. And again, this is where the square brackets come in and the spaces in the topics. So we've got hashtag, open square brackets, the word SLA text, and then the SLA level and close square brackets, which makes up the other hashtag. So we've got 2 hashtags being created. So on that chatter post. So I really find that very useful, and I use that a lot, because the other great benefit of it is that when we go to our records, we can have, this is my SLAs that I'm working on, and as long as we've got the record, the list view filtered by our record types, if we've got record types, we can bulk update these records with the latest update for both of these records, or we can just use this like an Excel spreadsheet, and we can do update to selected items and save that, and then that adds a chatter post on both of those topics, both of those records straight away. So if we go to our SLA list view now, we can see the latest update on both of those records. So again, that's really useful, so that you can do bulk updates of all of your latest SLAs that you're working through, and you can then have that appear in your chatter posts. So I think that is really, really, really useful. Now let's search on topics and see what that does. So you can just search on the actual topic, but you've got to know there's actually no, I don't know if there's a way, maybe we can build a report that just lists all topics. I'm not 100% sure about that yet. But you can search on topics. That's the actual topic, so it'll search through to the topic page. But remember that if you want to search on chatter posts, you've got to go through to the search, and then you've got to wait for that, and then you've got to go to chatter and explicitly search on chatter, okay? And then you'll find all of those searches there. Or you can choose chatter here, go to SLAs, we'll choose silver in this one. And that's a quicker way of searching for chatter, okay? So just remember that when you're searching it. So the next thing is reporting on topics. Reporting on topics is terrible. So remembering our SLA gold page, had a link to a report on, no, okay, I'll just go to the reports anyway. New topic assignments report. So this is about as best as you can report on topics. So this is reporting on topic assignments. So, okay, yes, this gives you all the topics and the topic assignments. So, you know, that's okay. But the only thing, records that fields that you can have on this report is the name of the record and the key prefix. So you have to know that 001 is an account, that 05D, that it must be a chatter post because there's no name on it. So, but it's linked to all of these records. So you could filter it to say, well, only give me accounts where the record key prefix is 001, and filter this list and have this list for topics, topics on accounts. But you get no ability to add any other detail about that account other than the name. Like, it's just that useless. Okay, so how do we fix that? So here's, again, using out of my idea of the 2-level topics, I have done this one, accounts with SLA. And again, you've got to choose the right topics to do that there. So what is this? This is just the accounts report, and I've got my SLA, and I've got then the details of the accounts with those particular SLA levels. But there's nothing really here to say that it's got topics. So but what I've done is, because I've got whenever I'm adding a topic, an update post, it's putting a topic of SLA into my chatter feed. I'm using that to leverage to tell me which records have that topic in the chatter feed. So I've got a cross filter, all accounts, all time, where the account feed, accounts with account feed, where the body contains hashtag SLA. Okay, so what I've just realized in that is, if I just do the topics, add the topics when I choose the SLA level, that's not going to immediately appear on that report. So really what I should do in that process builder, when I'm adding the topics, is also add a chatter post saying the topic has been assigned to that that record, so that then that record immediately appears in that report, because the where am I? Immediately appears in that report because it's in the chatter post. Again, you've got to have to just really be careful about what is in the chatter post, what is in the report topics, because you just can't really effectively report on topics assigned to objects. Okay, so then what that report doesn't give you, but is the actual chatter post. So I've done a new report, which unfortunately requires you to build a report type, which is just all accounts, all time, where body contains SLA. And we can see here SLA silver, SLA gold. But you can see there the problem with this report is that you can't then click through to the any of these hashtags. So again, does that become really useless? I don't know. You'd have to really decide whether this report is of any good for you. So how does that report type work? So, okay, sorry. First of all, the first report I did, which is just a straight topics report, you've got to create a report type to do that. It's called topic assignments, where it's just a report type on topic assignments. And you can't join anything to it. There's nothing else to relate to it. You can relate feed posts, but I'm not sure how that will work. I'm not sure what they do. And there is actually no fields that you can add to it. So it's a pretty useless report type. And so the other report type I've added is the accounts with feed. So I've got accounts with one related record from account feed, and with related records from comments. And so that's how I've been able to use the that report with the topics on the accounts. So, yep, unfortunately, you've got to delve into the world of report types to get this stuff working. So just finishing up, here is the help documents for topics. There's not actually a lot. It still mentions tags. Tags are a bit old. I don't think you probably want to use tags. That's the data storage, and there's you can also do triggers on topic assignments. So this is part of a completely unrelated thing, which is where you can publish a platform event, but the trigger is on topic assignments. And remember, you don't write triggers like that. You write triggers that all is detailed in the class. But again, you know, it's just a way to show you that you can trigger based on topic assignments and do stuff in here. They are alerting you when a topic has been used. So there's some stuff that you can do with that. So hopefully that helps you to use topics really well. I really love this idea of having this, you know, latest update thing that we can do quickly and easily at any time. And that allows us to show the latest details about that topic that's really important to your business on at least 2 different topic views and a couple of reports and some list views. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you can use topics more effectively in your org.